Hello everybody, and welcome to Seton Academy episode 9 anime review. This episode, you know what, I kind of liked it. It feels like, to be fair, I honestly do think I like this episode mostly for the King and Shiho stuff. I think it's got to that point. I really like that stuff. It's good, it's funny, it's nice, it's good. It's, you know, they're going to be doing a lot of the... What's a word that's not going to get me, like, YouTube smacked? The hide the sausage. They're going to be doing some of that. Anyway, and the main cast, there was a new girl, and then the student council president did some things. You know what? Let's just get into the episode because I've bollocked this opening bit. To be completely honest, let's do this thing. Episode opens up with everybody trying to ride on Jin's back because he's carrying Miyubi because she's slow, and then Mei jumps on, and then Ranka jumps on, and then Jin has enough, and he's like, fine, my goodwill is gone, you carry her. Which, to be fair, you would get pretty mad if you're carrying someone and then 3 other people jump on your back, 2 other people, I can count, you're not going to be very happy about that. That's to be fair. There's another girl outside watching. Mei says hello to her and shakes her hand, and this other girl then proceeds to headbutt a wall a lot and die. I feel like I've written die around 7 times in here without anyone actually dying, so you know, I consider that an accomplishment. After that, Jin explains that hey, it's because of the animal she is, and I'll write it down. It's called a tarsier. Tarsier? Tarsier. I don't know how to pronounce it. Basically, if it gets stressed out, it headbutts things until it dies, like in real life, which is a damn depressing animal, to be honest. And I've never heard of it, but now I do. Now I can bust it out with parties, be like, hey, there's this animal that kills itself if it gets stressed, which I don't really know what to say about that. Mother Nature is a cruel mistress and all that. Mei and Miyubi are sitting out in gym because Mei's lazy and Miyubi will die. But then they try running a bit. That girl's watching again. Miyubi dies also at this point. I haven't wrote it down. Miyubi's dead at this point. Turns out this girl is a fan, and she got so happy that she does this massive jump and then like smashes the floor with her head, and I'm just like, she's dead. There's no coming back from that. She is dead. After that, Miyubi sort of bonds with her. She's like, I understand what it's like to die all the time. And I'm like, you're talking about, like, I'm assuming when they say die, like in real life the animal would actually die. Like that's a scary, well, it's an animal, you know. I can't, that's Mother Nature, that's evolution and all that. A weird thing to evolve into, but I ain't gonna question evolution. It is a mystery after all. Mei says, hey, we're gonna be best friends, and then we get a friendship montage, and it is pretty great. And then she brings her to the cooking club. Her name is, I wrote it down, hang on, her name is Manako. She dies if she talks to strangers, and everyone's like, why did you bring her here then? Basically, Mei wanted to show off. She's like, this is my new friend, I wanted to show her off to you guys. And like, oh, that's nice. Manako thanks them for being nice and everything, and she's actually like really nice. She's got like a soft-spoken voice. I'm like, oh, you know, that's nice. You're like a Miyubi. And then she wanted to basically, she's about to headbutt the floor really hard again to die, but Miyubi blocks her and is like, don't die and everything. And it's like, oh, she gives her a slow motion slap. She's like, you slapped me. And everyone else is like, what? And I was like, that's pretty funny. That got a chuckle out of me, to be completely honest. And then Manako and Miyubi have a moment, and then Mei jumps on them and kills them. And that's the end of the first... No, it's not the end of the first half, actually. More importantly, away from all of that, right? The king apologizes to Shiho and everything. There's a typhoon coming. Shiho is in heat now, which means a lot of that apparently. We learned that lions, they do it quick, but they do it a lot, to put it bluntly. So there's going to be, I mean, they're still students, but they're animals. Are the teachers going to be okay with that? Whose dorm will they be using? Are they using the dorm? Or, no, Shiho says, hey, before we get to the hanky-panky, you got to meet my parents first. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that would be a pretty good idea. You know, it'd be It'd be weird if she suddenly had lion babies. Half lion, half... That's a scary thought. I wonder if that exists in this universe. I guess cross-species things aren't really a thing until now. But I wonder if that will be a thing. It's not that kind of show that's going to answer that question, but I'm going to ask it regardless. Second half of the episode focuses on the student council president. I forgot her name, so she's just called Prez in this whole time. So she's thinking of stepping down from being the president. While that's going on, their whole room floods because of the typhoon that I previously mentioned. Basically, this means that all the underground is flooded, so all the underground animals, they got to live above ground for a bit, and they got to share rooms with some people. Jin is one of these people that's got to share his room. There's a mole girl staying with Hino who asks about the human mating season, which I thought was pretty funny, because that's just what, when you first time you meet someone, you're like, so mating season, right? You know, that's gonna be how I introduce myself to strangers from now on. I'm guaranteed to never speak to another stranger again after that, for more than that sentence. Jin is like, whoever's staying with me, I'm gonna make him pay. Guess who's staying with him? It's the student council president, which is weird because she's a girl and he's a boy. Like, I guess the teachers didn't think, because they're like, she's a mole or whatever, and he's a human. That's not a thing that happens. But after the recent Shiho and the King thing, they're gonna have to redo their rules, I think, because this is not on, teachers. I'm watching you. But yeah, she asks him, hey, do you want to be the student council president? And he has a thing. He's like, I'm gonna send all the animals away, so it's just me and what's her name, Hitomi. And then she's like, what? I thought you were all about interspecies relations and that. She's like, no. Jin's like, I don't know. What? And then after that, Jin gets her to put her clothes on, and it's pretty funny because it's like, it's so, the way they do it is so like, oh, you rotten person, you're awful. But it's like she's putting clothes on. Like, I like that it's sort of the reverse. It kind of makes it funnier. If it was the other way, it would be like, ooh, that's a bit dodgy. But no, it's done opposite. So it's you know, it's funny. A bunch of students are outside the room to see her because the room is now the student council room. Apparently, poor Jin. She takes over his room and talks to all the people. After that, Jin's a bit mad, but he says, you're the one doing the most interspecies stuff, talking to all these different species. What's up with that? She gets naked after that, and then all the rest of the cooking club come in and see him trying to put clothes on her, but of course they get the wrong idea, because of course they do. After that, they all hang out, everyone takes their clothes off. Jin's outside at this point. And the next day, there's a red-haired girl who shows up at the school. Is like, I smell human. Will kill human. So I don't know what she is, but she's gonna kill some human, I guess. More importantly, though, as I say, post-credits scene. King gets introduced to her parents and everything, and it's almost kind of really nice because he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just nervous, and she's like smacking him in the face, and then like her parents are like, she's smacking a lion in the face. What is going on? This doesn't make no sense. But yeah, then they're like, we accept you on one condition. You must join an Impala tournament, which I feel like he's got a serious advantage, unless it's like specifically Impala sports. I guess it's sports. Don't know really, because he's a lion and not an Impala. Or are they quite quick? Oh man, animal biology and stuff. That was the end of this week's episode. I enjoyed it, as I said, but I think I did primarily enjoy it for the King stuff, which, considering it was not even a quarter of the episode, kind of weird, but that's, hey-ho, that's just how we go. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing stuff for more reviews. That will help me out greatly. The redhead girl, she could be literally anything. Can't wait to see next week. I will see you next week for that, and bye guys.